everyone! Today we got Aburi-To-Go. If you don't know what it is, in Vancouver there's a sushi restaurant called Minami, and beside it they opened a convenience store style to-go where you can purchase food for lunch or these take-home meal kits, which is ramen, that I'm excited about. So we got the signature tonkatsu shoyu ramen. I've never tried it before. I've never tried their ramen because usually this place is just serving sushi. So it does say for Aburi-To-Go, and that's pick up, buying, and take home and make, and it is a kit. It says it's for 4 people, but looking at the side here, it says that it's like 2 broth, 2 packages of noodles, 2 packs of oil, chashu, and other toppings for the ramen. So I don't know if it's actually for 4 people, maybe 4 small people, but for me and Mike, we're probably gonna eat it all. It might just be for 2. If you don't know where Aburi-To-Go is, it's in downtown Vancouver, Yaletown. Here's the address on the box. So that's $38 Canadian for a box of 2-person serving, I'm assuming, ramen. That's not bad. It's actually not bad. You do have to put in the work of cooking it yourself, but everywhere else in downtown Vancouver, you can expect ramen to be like $15, $18, $19 per person. Yaletown's where all the fancy restaurants are. So if you're ever in Vancouver and in Yaletown, you'll come across a lot of restaurants. And I don't know if I would consider them hipster restaurants. I don't think so. They're more like fancy casual dining slash expensive experience type restaurants. But there's a lot of good food in Yaletown. Why is this being difficult? I don't know why this is being difficult. What? Oh, they glued the side. Ooh. So it definitely does look like it's a 2-person kit. This is a good amount of soup. But then technically, I don't know. Is it a good amount of soup? This is a 1 bowl for 1 person. We'll see. We will see. This is the base of the broth. And tonkatsu is a fatty pork bone broth. Some restaurants, I don't know if this place specifically mixes pork bones and chicken bones, but that looks good. This is some kind of sesame oil. I think it might be to like add on to the soup after everything's completed. The packaging is good. This is like a good container. And I think that's a lot of the costs too. This is the shoyu part of the tonkatsu soup, which gives it that nice shoyu flavor. 1 for each soup. And individually packaged are 4 sets of noodles. So maybe it is for 4 people. But I'm pretty sure we can eat a whole 2 set. I think we can, because this is very little noodles.
Huh.
It does say for 4, but there's only 4 slices of chashu, which at a typical restaurant you would get 2 slices of chashu in your ramen. So maybe it is for like 2 adults with big appetites or 4 smaller portions for a family. So they do have a QR code for the full list of instructions and ingredients. So let's take a look at that. So after scanning the QR code and looking at the cooking tips and product guide, we bought the wrong kit. So there is the ready to eat ramen kit, which is the one that most likely that we want because we want to eat it right away. And then there's the frozen kit. So Mike bought the frozen kit and we just took it out of the freezer. So everything kind of needs to defrost. So that's gonna take some time before we can start cooking it. and it'll take approximately 1 day in advance, as it says. But other than that, the instruction list has all like the ingredients, what's in it. It tells you all the cooking instructions. So sadly, we won't be having ramen today. We're gonna have to cook it tomorrow.
The next day.
So it's the next day, and things have pretty much defrosted. It's still a little bit icy, the soup, but enough for us to get the soup out of the bag and into the pot and boiled. The noodles are softer now. Everything's defrosted. The onions are kind of wet. So I read over the instructions, and this is actually a kit for 4. Because they say that you're only supposed to use 1/4 of this in half the soup of 1 bag. So, but it doesn't seem like a lot of food because look at the noodles. So we're just gonna make everything and split it in half between me and Mike. So I already started boiling the water for the noodles just to get it into boiling, roaring, boiling like that. And noodles will cook pretty quick. And that is the ice chunk. Get everything. So we're gonna let that boil. And then once that starts boiling, then we'll start the noodles. So I'm gonna separate the ingredients into small dishes first. This is the woodier mushroom, which I'll like heat up and after cooking the noodles in the soup first before putting it into the bowl. This is broccoli. Broccoli is not usually a topping in ramen, but they gave us broccoli. The green onions, which are super wet. So this is char siu, which is pork. You can just put it in the soup as is after everything's boiled along with your ramen. Some ramen restaurants give you thinner slices and smaller pieces. This is pretty good for our 2-person amount. But yeah, this seems like 1 portion for an adult. I'm getting my Hello Kitty ladle. It looks so creamy. Look at how white this bone broth is. And the soup is boiling. So I'm going to turn this down to a medium low to keep it hot. And then we're going to now cook the noodles once I get this back up roaring, boiling as well. And the noodles will only cook for 1 minute. Drop in the nudes. I'm gonna cook 2 at a time. So I'm gonna only use the half of this, and then we'll adjust it to taste. The oil. They say to drain the noodles really well. And I think they are correct. 1 bundle of noodle is 1 serving. Because this is 2 bundles and it's actually a lot. The ready-to-eat kits that are not frozen, there are microwavable instructions. So it is most likely much faster to cook. The woodier mushroom, which is like one of my favorite toppings. Seaweed, and then the char siu. I'm not gonna grill the meat because I don't want the noodles sit in the soup for too long. So here is the ramen. So I want to try the soup first because ramen is all about the broth. It's pretty good. It's actually really good. It is restaurant quality. So for a take-home kit, this is really good. It's restaurant quality. And I think it's better than a lot of the ramen places in Vancouver. So the noodles, I cooked them a little bit too soft and too long. But it's still good. The soup is really flavorful. The meat is really soft. This is a very good amount of fat and pork. I really like the wood ear mushrooms. It's kind of crunchy. Gives it a different texture. Yeah, I don't know about the broccoli. I don't usually see broccoli in ramen. It's not a common topping. It doesn't add too much to the flavor of the soup or anything at all. And the seaweed, which tastes like seaweed. So you can get this at Aburi-To-Go next to Minami in Yaletown, Vancouver. So signing off, gonna finish my meal. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.